G'day viewers, I'm here in sunny Queensland and I just wanted to add a little footnote to this video. I've recently found out that you can use the key of the CFMOTO to adjust the suspension. You'll see in this video that I'm using a screwdriver, but you can actually use the key. That's just a real handy little tip to know, so there you go. Rightio viewers, so a lot of you have probably watched the Mundaring Powerline strip that I did. Couple of things I did wrong there. Obviously I fell off a lot. Tyre pressures. I didn't let any air out the tyres, so that was a big mistake. Just something I forgot to do. So yeah, that would have made a big difference. I was on full road pressures, so even just letting a little bit of air out would have helped me a bit there. And the other thing that I should have done, which I haven't done since I've had the bike, is set up the suspension to suit me. And look, none of this makes any sense to me, preload and fucking rebound and all that sort of shit. It's all gobbledygook. I don't understand it. But anyway, I've used ChatGPT. He's my good buddy. I use him for a lot of stuff. And basically I said that, don't give me all the bullshit because I don't understand it. Just tell me what I should set it at for my weight and the weight of the gear that I'm carrying and all that. And so it's told me that I need to do 5 full turns of the preload, and that should set it for my just normal everyday day riding without carrying any overnight gear. And when I'm doing overnighters, then do it another 1 or 2 full turns. Now this is the bit where everyone gets stuck, including me. I didn't know. I had to ask ChatGPT again. You don't do it 5 turns from factory. So you've got to wind it all the way down until it stops, so it's on the softer setting, and then wind it 5 turns from there. So let's go ahead and do that. So here is my preload adjuster there, and I'm going to wind that right down to 0, and then I'm just going to do 5. So it's an Allen key adjustment. So I'm just going to do 5 full turns with the Allen key. So it's a full 360 with the Allen key 5 times. And that should set it at, well, not my ideal thing, but that should make it more suitable to my weight and what have you. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so winding it down first. Let's go all the way down till it doesn't go any further. Actually, I'm not sure if that's... Oh, I might have the wrong size Allen key here. Just wait a minute. Always good to have the right size tool. Okay, so that's as low as it goes. So 5 turns clockwise. You want to go plus preload. 5 full 360 turns. Here we go. And you can count them out loud to make sure you don't lose track. So let's go. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. Now, that first turn that I did was very loose. There was no resistance at all. Once I got to the first turn, there was resistance after that. So that's making me wonder, did the first turn actually do anything? and have I actually, in fact, only done it 4 turns instead of the 5. So I'm going to do it one more turn. Oh. Okay, so I've done that 5 full turns from the time I felt resistance, which I think is right, but I'll double check that with ChatGPT, see what he has to say. So that's the rear preload. I think there's some more adjustments I've got to make, so I'll be back and I'm going to go and have a chat to me mate ChatGPT. Rightio, so me mate ChatGPT, let's just call him G. So me mate G has said to me that that first loose turn is totally normal, and you do actually count that first turn in the 5 full turns. So I've gone to 6, which means I've set it up for like an overnighter carrying extra weight and that. So I'm just going to wind it back 1 more full turn, so it's back to 5. And then it should be set up for me just to ride with obviously my riding gear on, but no luggage. Now I will go out and test ride this, and I'll take the little Allen key with me so I can do some adjustments and that. And it's just about feeling the bike. If it feels too solid, loosen it off a little bit. And so on. So yeah, I'm going to take it out to the Kwinana off-road area and have a little bit of a play around with it out there, and I'll take you guys along as well so you can see what I'm doing, but not today. It's getting a bit late in the day for me to do that now, and I'm going to muck around with the front suspension as well. So yeah, there's a few more bits and pieces we'll go through before I actually take it out for a test ride. Okay, so still on the rear shock, now we are going to be adjusting the rebound and the compression. Now again, I don't pretend to know what I'm talking about here. I'm just taking the advice of me mate G. So we're going to adjust the rebound and compression. Just let me have a look at what he told me. Now, of course, all this is going to vary for different people, depending on your weight and whatever, and what you're riding on as well. If you're just doing flat tracks, it'll be different to doing rough stuff. So, this is for me, I'm 100 kilos. Rear rebound, wind it clockwise gently until it stops, and then back it out 14 clicks. The rear compression, wind it clockwise gently until it stops, and then back it out 10 clicks. So I'll show you where they are. So the rebound, so there's the shock here, and the rebound is that screw there. And yeah, so we're going to wind that in until it stops and then back it out 10 clicks. And the compression is on the other side at the top of the shock, and that is that adjustment there. So we're going to wind that one out, or wind it in, I think, and back it out 10 clicks. So I'll do that. And again, as I said, this is set up for my weight. So if you need to know what the best setup would be for you, I suggest either Googling it or having a chat to my mate G, and he'll give you all the info you need. Again, he's probably not spot on. This is down to personal preference. If it doesn't feel right, just adjust it until it does feel right. But yeah, all right, so I'm going to get into it. You use a little flathead screwdriver to adjust these, so I'm going to get into that and do that now. Okay, so the rebound, we're going to wind it clockwise and gently until it stops, and then we're going to back it out 14 clicks. So go clockwise until it stops, just gently, don't force it. Just keep going. Oh, there, stop there. So rebound controls what happens after the bump. So that brings the bike back up. Okay, so we're going to go 14 clicks. 14 clicks or 14 turns? Let's have a look at that. 14 clicks, okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that's the rebound done, 14 clicks out. Now the compression, we're going to wind it in clockwise until it stops, and then we're going to back it out 10 clicks. And the compression controls what happens during the bump, I think. Yeah, when you're actually on the bump, the compression, that's what that does. So we're going to wind it clockwise till it stops and back it out 10 clicks. So okay, stop there. We're going to back it out 10 clicks. I can't hear that clicking. Okay, let me wind it back in. The screwdriver's a bit awkward, and I might have to put the camera down because it's a bit awkward. Right, that screwdriver was a little bit small. I'll just put the camera down so I can concentrate on feeling the click a bit better. Where are we? So we want to go out 10 clicks. Okay, so the clicks on that one are really, really fine. You can hardly feel it, you can hardly hear it. So yeah, it takes a little bit of concentration, silence, and just really turn it slowly until you can feel it. All right, so hopefully that's my rear suspension set up perfectly for me. Now we're going to do the front. Okay viewers, so we're going to do the front now. So with the front, on the top of the forks you'll see this big nut, that is for adjusting the preload, one on each side. And then on the left side you've got the rebound screw, that's the little screw in the middle there. And on the right side you've got the compression adjustment screw. So there's nothing down the bottom, it's all up the top here. Yeah, big nut, rebound, small screws in the middle is, big nut is preload, small screws in the middle is rebound and compression. So I'm going to wind the preload nuts off first, and then wind them right back to zero, and then I'm going to turn them 5 full turns each side, do both sides the same. So yeah, I'll do that now. Okay, so this is a 22 mil thing. I am going to turn it anti-clockwise until it stops. It would be better if I had a socket actually. So as I'm turning that, that's turning the rebound screw as well. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But anyway, so I'm going to do this anti-clockwise until it stops. And it's a little bit awkward doing this and holding the camera, so I might actually get a socket set out and do this and put you down. I'll put you guys down and I'll get you back when I've done it. Rightio, so I've wound them all the way out anti-clockwise. So I am now going to wind them in 5 full turns clockwise. Now to do 5 full turns, because the mirrors, actually I could probably, yes, I'll just lower those mirrors and then I'll be able to do 5 full turns with the ratchet. Okay, starting there. That's 1. 2. 3. Oops. Oh God. 4. Look, I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to redo that one because I've slipped a couple of times, but I'll put the camera down and I'll do that and then come back. Yeah, so that's done. I did both preloads at 5 turns clockwise. That was like winding it back to 0. So don't do it 5 turns from factory. Wind it back to 0 and then do it 5 turns from 0. The rebound, I also wound back to 0 and then turned it 12 clicks. Now the clicks on the rebound and the compression on the front forks is very hard to feel. It's so fine, like I'm not sure if you're missing them or, so I had to like go back to the start a couple of times and just really feel for that click. So it's very fine clicks. Anyway, I can always adjust them if they don't feel right. As I said earlier, look, I'm no suspension expert. I don't know how it all should be set up and all that, but I'm hoping that I can learn to feel the difference and learn to make those fine adjustments as I need to. But anyway, so I've set it all up now as me good mate Chat has suggested, and tomorrow I've actually got a little bloody kid's birthday party to go to, but hopefully either before that or after that I get to go out for a couple of hours at the Kwinana Off-Road Centre, and we'll see how it's gone. So yeah, all right, I think that's about it for now. Cheers. All right, viewers, so something went wrong with the microphone, and I've got heaps of footage where I've gone down to the Kwinana off-road area to test out the suspension, and it's all silent. I can't believe it, I'm so devoed. But so I'm going to try and remember what I was talking about in each part of these videos and just do voiceovers. So apologies for that, but yep, shit happens and nothing's ever perfect in this world. But anyway, so here I am. I've just left home and I'm heading to the off-road area, and I think around here I'm talking to you guys, and I've just realised that I forgot to bring a Allen key and screwdriver to do any adjustments on the suspension if I need to. And I thought, I could turn around and go back and get them, or fuck it, I'll just keep going and see if the suspension's set up all right or not. And here we are coming up to the off-road area. You're not actually meant to enter from this end. You're supposed to go right around to the other side and enter from that way. But a lot of people do come in from this side. And you can see just here, you normally go in just here, and they put a big mound of dirt in the way to try and stop people getting in. And they put big rocks there and all that sort of thing, but there's that little bit there that you can get through.
So I get in there and it's pretty sandy. It's actually a lot sandier than what it normally is for some reason, maybe just because it's been so dry lately. But so yeah, it's pretty sandy, but straight away I am noticing the difference that the suspension has made to the bike. It is just so much more easier to handle already. But I think I should let the tyres down. So a little bit further up here, I pull over and I let the tyres down. So I still haven't actually let the tyres down at this point, but you can probably see from the video that I'm already riding a lot better, a lot more confident. Yeah, I am absolutely amazed at the difference the suspension setup has made to the bike. I'm spewing about the audio not working because later on in the video, like, you hear me shouting and going woohoo and all right and all that sort of shit, because I'm just loving it. I'm having an absolute ball on the bike, completely different bike. Yeah, I think this is where I pull over and let some air out. Right, so I've let the air out here. I didn't bring a compressor or a gauge with me, and I'm trying to show you there that I've actually let a fair bit of air out. The front tyre is on 13 psi, and I think I let the rear down to like 19 or something. Yeah, it was pretty low, but I tell you what, I think the tyre pressures as well as suspension did make a big difference. Like, as I keep saying, this bike is just totally different, and so much easier to handle. I was loving it. I was riding it like it was the WR. Another thing I was doing, which I was a lot more confident with also, was standing up. I was practically standing up the whole time, and felt very comfortable standing up. I was even like getting the arse end to slide out a bit, doing little monos and jumps, and you know, I can't. If you haven't set up the suspension on your bike yet to suit your body weight, I can't recommend it enough. It is just amazing. I can't tell you how different the bike is and how much easier it was to handle. I can't believe I haven't done this sooner. Yeah, I'm probably not going to crash it as much anymore. Well, nah, we'll see about that. But yeah, look, you just got to do it. It's amazing. I think around here I just said I'll take you for a little tour of the off-road area. It's actually quite a big area. You're allowed to drive your four-wheel drives there, and off-road dirt bikes are allowed to ride there legally. And yeah, it's quite a big area, and you can actually get lost within that little area itself. I mean, you don't actually get lost because you end up on the edge somewhere and you find your way back. But within the actual compound or complex or whatever you want to call it, the off-road area, it's quite easy to get lost. There's lots of little tracks everywhere, and you've got sand, you've got mud, you've got some hill climbs, there's rocky stuff. It's a really good area, and it's great because even kids can go there and ride. It can be a problem if it's busy, if there's lots of people there. You can have bikes coming around the corner towards you. I've never had any dramas with it, but I imagine like on good days that it does get quite busy and can be a problem. Bit of a rocky section coming up. Just a small rocky section. That was something else that I said earlier on the video was the temperature. So it's about 8 in the morning when I took off to here, and it's already about 30 degrees, so quite warm. And I didn't think I would see anyone else out here at being that warm, but I did actually come across about 3 or 4 different groups of riders that were already out here. But the temperature for today was forecast to be 37, which is just way too hot to be out there riding. So yeah, I thought I'd get out there early, test the suspension, and I had a kid's birthday party to go to as well, so I had to be back in time for that. But yeah, you can see it's just back there, that rocky section. I just rode through it, no dramas at all. And the bike didn't want to buck me off at all. It was just nice and easy. So this area, that's where you're supposed to come in from. That's the entrance. And then, so down there on the right, which I'm going down now, it's a big sort of open area, a bit of a play area. And over to the left there, there's some rocky stuff and some hill climbs, which I don't actually attempt at this time. Yeah, I actually stop here and have a chat, and I've got no idea what I was saying, but I'm probably just talking about how amazing the difference is with the tyre pressures and the suspension. Honestly, I just couldn't believe it, and I was just flabbergasted at the difference, and I was excited as well. It was just, yeah, I was loving it. So going through this bit here, this was actually quite deep sand, and I hate riding in the sand on this bike, but I just got through here so easy, and I put that down to the tyre pressure because it was really low, but yeah, and also the suspension. It was, yeah, I just couldn't believe it. It was a breeze riding through the sand. And that's another thing that might surprise you. I didn't fall off once, didn't stack it one time. So yeah, that just goes to show how much better the bike was and how much better it handled. So you'll see on this section coming up, just here, there's a heap of whoop-de-doos, and yeah, I was just hitting them quite fast, getting a bit of air off them, and no dramas. It was so much fun. So you can see that I'm just smashing those whoop-de-doos, and I'm keeping the bike in control. Like it's the bike's not wanting to buck me off. It's not wanting to go wherever it wants to go. It's doing what I want it to do, and it's doing what I'm telling it to do. You can't see it on the video, but I had the back end sliding out around the corners and that. I was just having an absolute ball on this bike. It was a different bike, totally different. And through this section, like this is really rough and bumpy, and that was a bit bumpy there, but the bike handled it so much more smoother than it normally would. There was a bit of audio on that clip because I used the spare camera I had, which wasn't connected to the microphone, so that actually had proper audio on it. But so I'm heading out now, I'm pretty sure, and this is the bit where I was just going flat out and going over little whoopties and bumps and jumps and that, and I'm just loving it. I'm going, woohoo, all right, you know, I'm really screaming and carrying on and just loving life right here. Yeah, good fun. And airing up here, why is it always such a pain in the ass to air up on a motorbike? They're just so difficult. And here I am back at home, just raving on about how good the suspension is. So yeah, look, I highly recommend, if you haven't set up your suspension to suit your body weight, and like carrying gear and all that sort of thing as well, highly recommend to do it, because wow, what a difference that made to the bike, the way it handled everything. Just absolutely amazing. Anyway, viewers, yeah, that's the end of the video. Apologies for the audio not coming through, but that's a lesson learnt for me. Hopefully that won't happen again, and we'll see you on the next one.